Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is TheJackSilkstone. So, I know it is currently only July, but we have recently just received our first bit of Halloween news from the Alton Towers Resort. And I know when it normally comes to Halloween, I personally am more of a Thought Park kind of guy, but seeing as Thought Park haven't announced anything about Friday Night 2018, apart from the fact The Walking Dead's going to be involved, yeah, they've said nothing. So this is the first bit of big Halloween news we've got within the UK in terms of theme parks for this year. So it's very exciting, and I thought I would share the information with you guys. So yeah, this information that we got was sent out to myself and a few others via a press release from the Alton Towers Resort, and it was basically just outlining the park's plans for Scarefest 2018. And of course, the most exciting part of this press release was the maze announcements for this year. So yeah, the park have confirmed that there are going to be 5 horror mazes at Scarefest this year, 3/4 of which will be returning mazes, so mazes that have been at the park in previous years. I say 3 or 4, we'll get onto that in a minute, but the 3 main ones are Subspecies The End Games, Altonville Mine Tours Uncover the Legend of the Skin Snatchers, and The Welcoming Be Chosen. So yeah, these are all mazes that were at the park last year at Scarefest. Last year was my first ever time to Scarefest, so like everything was brand new to me. If you haven't seen that vlog, then it's up there right now, click it. You'll see my reactions to like all of the mazes for the very first time. But yeah, some of these mazes have been at the park in like for longer than just last year. Because obviously the Welcoming was introduced last year to tease Wicker Man a little bit. But Altonville Mine Tours and Subspecies have been at the park for a good few years now. And yeah, they will be returning for 2018 at Alton Towers. Now, because I have only been to Scarefest once, I don't feel like I can really talk about these mazes that much. Like, I've only experienced them once each. So if this was a Fright Nights video, I could talk for hours about these mazes, but yeah, I don't really know if people are considering this a good thing. I personally think it's cool because everyone used to say Subspecies was like the scariest maze they've ever been in. But when I went, I didn't really have a great run through it. I found it a bit like average. So I'm definitely excited to get back in that, and obviously the same with the Welcoming and Altonville Mine Tours. And one thing that you probably have noticed is the fact that Terror of the Towers is not included in this maze lineup. Terror of the Towers is a maze that first came to Scarefest back in 2002, and it's been there for so many years since then. And yeah, it's a bit weird that it's not been included. Like, I understand that it probably is time to move on from that maze, but for me personally, on my first and only ever visit to Scarefest, it was my favourite maze. So it's a bit annoying for me personally, but I completely understand that for those people that have been going to the event for many years now, it's probably a bit refreshing to not have that on the lineup. But yeah, it's definitely a controversial move from the park to get rid of that maze because it was very popular. So yeah, don't know why they've done it. Could it perhaps be to do with this whole Alton Towers dungeon things? I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, Terror of the Towers is not going to be at the park this year. Now, you'll notice I said that there will be 3/4 returning mazes, and that is because one of them is having a bit of an extension, and that is the family scare maze, House of Monsters. I actually really enjoyed House of Monsters last year. It was a good all-round experience and perfect for families. So the fact it is getting an extension is really good. So as well as House of Monsters, which is mostly based towards families, Alton Towers are also introducing the CBeebies Land Monsters Ball, which will be taking place in CBeebies Land throughout Scarefest. So yeah, another thing for the families. It also says there'll be an awesome spooktacular scaremosphere throughout the park with new shows, effects and entertainments. And interestingly, there will be a brand new friend for Phil, Franklin, Skelvin and Patch as Gretel the Witch joins the famous Freaky Five, which are like the park's Halloween mascots. So yeah, pretty cool. It's nice to see that they are catering towards families as well as the hardcore horror fans. Another major benefit of Scarefest is obviously the late opening hours, which means we will be able to ride Wicker Man in the dark. I have been lucky enough to be able to ride Wicker Man at dark during the press release of the ride, and it was incredible. Like, it looks amazing in the dark and it rides so fast. It obviously warms up a lot throughout the day, so when you ride it at night, it runs very quickly. Yeah, I'm excited to get back on it in the dark. And obviously the same with the rest of the coasters at the park. 13 in the dark is amazing. Smiler in the dark, just as good. And the amazing Oblivion. Yeah, I can't wait to get on all of the coasters in the dark. Hey up! Now then, we have talked about everything that is coming to Scarefest in 2018, apart from one brand new maze that will be joining the resort lineup this Halloween. And that maze is going to be called Project 42. And although it is yet to be confirmed, everyone seems to believe that it's going to be taking place in the old Nemesis Sub Terra building. Nemesis Sub Terra obviously shut a good few years back and never reopened, which is such a shame because it was such a good ride. Like, it was amazing. And yeah, it's been shut for a good few seasons now, but recently there's been some scaffolding going up, some construction work going on around that building, and it seems likely that this Project 42 maze will be taking place within that building. So yeah, very exciting. I love Nemesis Sub Terra, and it's good to see that they're at least utilising that space now. I highly doubt the ride system will be used in that maze, but the theming inside there was so cool. Like the lifts and the catacombs. So yeah, I think they can do a really cool maze with this. I don't know how they're exactly going to theme it, because Subspecies obviously is linked to the Nemesis like storyline, I think. I don't really know too well, but yeah, we'll have to see what happens with Project 42. But it is very exciting that we will be getting a new maze at Scarefest this year. And yeah, that is everything that we know so far about Scarefest at Alton Towers for 2018. Now, as I said, I normally focus very heavily on Fright Nights when it comes to Halloween on this channel, but I do a ton of construction updates and that kind of stuff, so be sure to subscribe if you want to see those videos that will be coming soon. But yeah, let me know if you would like to see me talk about more Alton Towers news, possibly even film some construction updates if I manage to get up to Towers, because I'm obviously based down south, so it's not as easy to get up there as it is to get to Thorpe. But yeah, let me know if you do want to see like videos on Towers and Scarefest, as well as the Fright Nights videos, and yeah, I'll definitely be able to make that happen. And of course, hopefully it won't be long until we start getting some Fright Nights news. I'm so excited. Like, the summer events are only just kicking off at Thorpe, but I'm already thinking about Halloween. I cannot wait. Yes, my favourite time of the year, so can't wait for it. As I say, let me know down in the comments if you want to see Scarefest videos, and let me know what you think of Project 42. Are you excited for it? And yeah, be sure to leave a thumbs up on this video if you enjoyed it. And otherwise, thank you very much for watching, guys. My name is TheJackSilkstone. Goodbye.